Hello, welcome to Higher Education Updates channel. And so today I'll be discussing some top HELB or Higher Education Loans Board questions, especially on bandings, upkeep, tuition, and also the scholarship. And so now let me start with the banding. Now, remember, right now the government is not placing students into bands as it were before. So right now, the Higher Education Loans Board no longer categorize students into bands. So each student's allocation is based on their assessed level of financial need and also the cost of the program. So that's why I used to advise students to upload anything that can support your financial need, may it be a sponsorship letter, uh, anything. Maybe if your parents are paying a loan, you can upload that evidence. And so because right now bands are not being used, the allocation depends on the level of your financial need and also the cost of the programs. Now, how is the cost of the program used? So we have some students who are taking very expensive courses, like maybe a course is costing 500,000 per year, but some of you, your courses are costing let's say 300 or 50,000. So your allocation cannot be the same, and so you need to take note of that. Bands are not being used right now, so because I've seen a lot of students are asking me the bands they have been placed in. Now uh, now for the continuing students, some of you have been asking why they have reduced your loan allocation from what was awarded in the previous academic year, or maybe the scholarship also has reduced. It's because the government reduced the university program cost and you will now pay less fees. So the allocation takes into consideration the reduced cost of your program. So you need to check on your university websites or also the student portal to know how much you are supposed to pay right now as your household fee. So household fee is the amount that your parents are supposed to pay. So you can check that with the university finance office to know what amount you are supposed to pay this semester. Now, how can we withdraw your upkeep fund? So it depends on the payment method that you use. So we have those that use the M-Pesa number. Though sometimes it's the worst method to use. So for M-Pesa number, first you need to check your application status. You have the registration, verification, allocation, and disbursement. So the disbursement stage is where the payments happen. So first you'll receive a batch number. Then after you receive the batch number, you'll be able to see whether it has been paid or not. So sometimes you'll get updates from groups. Yeah, that way. So after your batch number has been paid, for those who use the M-Pesa number, the first thing you are supposed to do is to create a HELB pin. You will not be able to withdraw your funds without the HELB pin. So for you to create a HELB pin, you dial *642# on the M-Pesa number that you used as your payment number. You dial *642# and it's mandatory you have a credit in that phone number or airtime. Then after you dial *642#, you register, you enter your ID number and the serial number. Serial number is the top vertical number on your ID. You enter it, then you can create a HELB pin, then later log in either to check the application status of your loan or scholarship and also to withdraw your upkeep. Or you can use an alternative method, which is the also a USSD code, that is *334# method. But for you to use this method, it's a must you have a HELB pin. So the first method you must use is the *642#. If it doesn't work, you then dial the *334#. You go to the Lipa na M-Pesa method, then you proceed to government services, then HELB, then you can log in to check the application status or withdraw the funds, or you can use the HELB app. And also all these methods you can use them to check the application status or also to withdraw your funds if you use the M-Pesa number. But HELB portal is only for checking the application status. So for HELB portal, you log in, Then after you log in, you click on my loans or scholarship, then you'll be able to see the status of your application. So now, for you to withdraw the funds, if you use the M-Pesa number, you need to receive two messages from SurePay. The first message for the first time applicants or first years, the first message will indicate that you have been added as a member or a beneficiary. I think it is a member of the SurePay, and so you need, then after you save that message, you wait for a second message which will indicate that, or which will inform you that your funds are ready for withdrawal. So you need to wait for two SurePay messages. But for the continuing students, you will only receive one message just indicating your funds are ready for withdrawal. Then you can withdraw that using the *642# method, *334# method, and also the HELB app. And make sure as you withdraw your funds, make sure you withdraw them to a balance of 0. Your Upkeep wallet should indicate 0, because if you leave even one bob during the next semester or next academic year, you'll not be able to withdraw your Upkeep until you withdraw the previous one. Now, I've talked why the allocation reduces. It's because the government revised the cost of programs, and the cost of program has reduced. How to withdraw funds now for the banks? So you have two bank accounts. You have just used the junior bank account, and some of you used the adult bank account. So for junior bank account are those who created it using a birth certificate and parents ID. And so for those using the junior bank account, you will not be able to withdraw your Upkeep. It's a must. You either visit a bank agent or you can visit the bank branch. So you need to know that. But for those who use the adult bank account, that means you have your own ID. To withdraw your funds, you can use the bank app. You can use the bank USSD code. Like for example, Equity Bank USSD code is *247#. So you just dial that using the phone number that you used during the creation of the bank account. You dial *247#, and you log in or you register to create a bank pin, just same as that of M-Pesa. Remember, in those pins you must never forget them. The bank pin, the HELB pin, you should never forget them. Then after you create the HELB pin, you'll be able to withdraw your funds when the batch number has been paid. You can also use the bank app, or you can visit the bank branch if you have any issue or if you find any difficulties. I have mentioned about bandings. Bandings are not being used right now, and so for withdrawal, for those with the M-Pesa number, SurePay message is a must. So don't struggle to withdraw your funds and you haven't received the SurePay message. Now, how can you know the household fee? So to know the household fee, you can do the calculations manually using the allocation on your HELB portal, or you check with the university finance office or college polytechnic finance office, or you can check on your student portal. Each university will update it, and also you can check there the balance or the amount you'll be paying in each semester or each academic year. Now you can do that manually by calculating using this, using your allocation on HELB portal. Now let's say let me go to a new page. So the universities will be sharing new fee structures, and the fee structures will include the total cost of your program according to the government guidelines on how they have reduced the cost of the program. Now let's say the cost, your course costs 250,000 per year. So cost of program or course is 250,000. Then you have been allocated Now, scholarship. Now we have those who are placed in private students, private universities, and also those who have been placed in public universities. Now, for private universities, this is what happens. Let's say you have been allocated 140,000. You are not eligible for the upkeep, so the 140,000 will be sent to the school account, the whole of it. So, for you to know your household fee, if you are in a private university household fee, so you just take 250,000, 250,000 less 140,000. You get 140. So you'll get 110. Yeah. So the 110 is the annual household fee. But now each semester will be paying 55,000. That is 110,000 divided by 2. Now that each semester is equals to 55,000. Now, but for those in public universities, it's different. Public university. Now, for public university, let's say the program cost is equals to 250,000. Now, so during the calculation of household fee for those in public university, you should not include the upkeep. Now, let's say the scholarship is 100,000. Government scholarship is 100,000 on your HELB portal. Then HELB tuition. But remember, right now there are some changes. So HELB tuition, let's say you are given 90,000. Then upkeep is indicated as upkeep, let's say 60,000. Now, for it to know the household fee, right now there are some changes on the HELB portal because in the previous academic years they used to indicate the total HELB loan amount, which includes the upkeep and the tuition. But now, right now, I've seen some changes. They just indicate upkeep 60,000, upkeep 55,000. So the 60,000 means you'll receive 30,000 in each semester. So each half for each semester. Now, for you to calculate the household fee for those in public universities, this is what you do. You take annual cost of your program to 50,000 less the scholarship. Now, an example here, the scholarship is 100,000. Then you less the HELB tuition, that is 90,000 per academic year. So, what will you get? So, you have 190,000 less from 50,000, that is 60,000. So, 60,000 is the household fee, annual household fee for the 2 semesters. But now, for each semester, you will take 60,000 divided by 2, you will get 30,000. So as you do the calculation, don't include the upkeep. But for the sake of your academics, if the upkeep amount you have been given a sustainable or a good amount of upkeep amount, you can use that to pay the tuition, because you'll never sit for university exam if you haven't if you have a fee balance. So you can also support your parents to that if they are struggling financially, to avoid problems during the exam. So that's how you can calculate the household fee. For private universities, remember there is no upkeep, but for those in public university there is upkeep. And as you do the calculation, make sure you don't include the calculation of the household fee amount, don't include the upkeep amount. Now let's talk about the tuition fees reflection. So you need to follow up on the stages of application. In the allocation and disbursement stage, they'll always indicate the amount and its batch number. Now, for those who will be receiving the tuition fees for HELB loan, they'll indicate the batch number. Then after they indicate the batch number, it will always indicate whether it has been paid or not. Now, when the batch number has been paid, you will visit, and maybe it has not reflected on your student portal. You'll have to visit the student finance office or the university finance office. Then you can update them on the batch number. You can tell them that your batch number has been paid, but the amount has not reflected on your fee structure on the student portal. Then they'll be able to update that. So you should not never worry about that. Then upkeep amount, for you to withdraw, you need to be patient. When the batch number has been paid, just follow up according to the payment method that you used, whether it is an M-Pesa number or the bank, because I've seen some students are doing a lot of calls asking about how they can withdraw their funds. So I have mentioned about how you can withdraw those funds, and also it depends. And so you need to be patient, because you have some students who did the application like 1 or 2 weeks ago, but now they have started to ask about the upkeep. Just be patient, because the students are in hundred thousands, and only a few people are working on those applications. And also, for you to check the status of your application, you need to know that there are some issues with the HELB portal, because it is overloaded. It has many applicants, or apart from the applicants, many applicants are using it. Some of you are checking status, some of you are doing the application. So there's that overload which is making it difficult to see, or to see your status. So you can do that during the night, midnight, to check your application status. As long as you know the batch number, that's enough. You can follow up even using your friend's student, your friend's batch number, because batch number represents a group of students who will be paid at the same time. So if you find yourself sharing a batch number, don't get worried about that. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. Why the allocation has reduced, because the government reduced the cost of courses. How to withdraw the funds for those who use the M-Pesa number. You can use the USSD codes or the HELB app, but first you must receive the sure pay messages, depending on whether you are a first year. If you are a first year, you will receive 2 sure pay messages, and for continuing student, you only receive 1 message indicating that your funds are ready for withdrawal. Then how to know the household fee, I've talked about that. Tuition fees reflection, check with the finance office of your university if you have the batch number. And also I've mentioned about the upkeep amount. So thank you for joining this session, and you can share the video, subscribe, and also like it. Thank you.